appears that my homesteading dreams are finally coming true, at least the beginning part of them. Not quite in the way I had thought, because I had thought I would do it totally in the middle of nowhere, off grid, which, as many of you know, I had a bad accident last year. It was January 31st, that night I fell, of 2023. So I'm coming up on a year here. But anyways, I still have leg pain, swelling, my knee. But I'm able to have more hopes and dreams now. At first I thought I'd never walk again. It was so bad. But anyways, as some of you, if you've seen my last video or two, I have started planting seeds indoors, and I did an update about 3 days ago on how those were doing. I am doing another update on my seeds, and I think I'll put that right here. Hey everybody, so I thought I would give you another update on my seedlings that I've started indoors. I've put in a lot of new plantings that I did more melon over here, the rock melon. As you can see, the rock melon that I planted previously has just started coming up this morning. I planted, well, there's my carrots, but I planted more carrots over here, some more peas. The lettuces, let's see, the butter bib and the radicchio, that's what all this is doing great. Kale's doing good. There you go. Yeah, this is kale here. And then there's my spinach. Spinach is one I've always had a problem with. That, I planted another batch of spinach this morning. This is spinach here. Now this here, I planted this yesterday. This is called strawberry blight or strawberry spinach. It's very similar to spinach, but it's not spinach, and it gets these berries on them that, you can use them like berries. I think they said they're a lot like a mulberry, and you use the leaves like spinach. So I'm really looking forward to that. So let's see. Then down here, these are all new plantings. I just planted wax beans there. Now these bell peppers, I planted those over 2 weeks ago. I saved these seeds from some bell peppers that I purchased from a local farmer, but they're not coming up. Now, the banana peppers, these, I saved them from banana peppers I purchased from a local farmer. And as you can see, I hope, they're so tiny yet, those are coming up. So I wish I could remember who I got the bell peppers from, so I know not to save those seeds should I buy them again. Let's see, so all of this, cilantro I planted yesterday, I planted broccoli yesterday, and silver fir tomatoes I planted yesterday. Tomorrow I'm probably going to plant the Russo Siciliano tomatoes. These are, I don't know, it's kind of squishy down here. These are my peas. These are the regular peas that you have to take out of the pod. These are wax beans. There's more wax beans. Oh, I planted nasturtium back there. I'll be planting more. I just love this. My favorite edible flower. Now these artichokes were the very first things I planted, and I purchased these seeds from a company. They just are not sprouting, and I don't know why. Over here, yesterday, I planted Amish sugar snap peas. And then, my sugar pumpkins. These are the first of the sugar pumpkins coming up. So that's exciting. I planted 3 seeds in there. 2 of the 3 have come up. So that's where I am so far. Okay, so what I am doing is doing succession planting indoors. And I'm thinking what I'm going to do is I'm watching, making notes about how quickly these seeds germinate indoors, and if they grow better at any particular time than another. And we all know the benefit of succession planting is it kind of draws out the harvest longer. So I'm kind of planting them like 1 week apart. Also, what I want to do is I'm saving some seeds. I'm going to buy more of the same plants and do direct sow when it's time and see how that works out. I already know with spinach, I can't do that because before I moved out west, I used to try to grow spinach here. In the house I lived in then, it was very shady. Still, my spinach bolted because we, Northeast Ohio, we just basically only have 2 seasons. You go from winter to summer. So having a long enough cold or cool period for things like spinach, especially spinach, it doesn't work. So my spinach always bolted. So this time I'm starting them indoors in January. And I'm going to build cold frames. So I'm going to see if that'll work. So I won't direct sow spinach. Because by the time we get to that point where it's right before the first frost or right afterwards, it'll get hot too soon and the spinach will bolt. It happens to me every year. So I'm just kind of experimenting. When's the best time for each plant to be planted inside? And I know I'm doing things early, but like I said in the previous video, when I go by the planting calendar, it seems like I planted them too late. So I'm just kind of experimenting and making like tons and tons of notes. So I've been looking at plans to make raised beds that are like a cold frame too. I might go up to a store and see if they have any windows at a decent price that would work for me. Now, because of my leg, that is, even though I'm doing so much better that I can do these things, I still have problems with it. So it's like, can I handle this? Especially when it is still cool and damp. I've also been pricing raised beds and things like that. I need to do a better job planning out my garden first to see how I'm going to lay it out before I make that decision. And then I was also thinking about, preparing just the ground we have here. The problem is the sunny areas are still have grass. I would have to take up the side and stuff. So that's going to be difficult. So that's what I'm doing with gardening. But what's even better, you guys know I've done some videos on canning and stuff. And so I've really gotten into that lately. Canned a lot of stuff. I did some in the summer, some jams and jelly like usual. But I joined a canning group, water bath canning group on Facebook, and I am loving it. I'm learning so much. In order to join this group, you would have to be open-minded, and you would have to, all right, in my case, like my grandmothers and my great-grandmothers thought, because I'm 59, so it would be my grandmothers and beyond, how they canned. So think along those lines. But I have been canning a lot of stuff, and I'm also in the market for a pantry that I think I'm going to put like back. I'm in the dining room, so I might put it back here to store my canned goods. So I'm really like getting in, and I'm pretty strict about what I can and stuff. It has to be like farm fresh, non-GMO, organic as much as possible. So I'm making extras for dinner, canning, stuff like that. I had carrots left over from a soup I made last night, and I canned those. So if you guys can handle my non-compliance, because I'm not a person who complies, I might talk about the things that I am canning. And I'm sure I will get some flack. If I do, this is water bath canning. So, But anyways, that's what's going on. So I'm excited. And of course, I am going to still build out my core for camping, stuff like that. So we got all that coming. So anyways, homesteading is finally, again, on the, it's happening. So I'm going to leave you with that. Blessed be, and make it a joyful one.